And I think we also have the clerks showing the camera angle that I can see.
Oh, yeah. I see myself on there. Is there any way to take us off?
There we go. Okay. That works. All right. All right. Yeah, still on the record, please. All right. Good evening, everyone. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brianna Hesestita Galaz, 92587.
Thank you, Ms. Glass. Being seen here this evening on, seems to be a bit of a discrepancy. Looks like the jail has two different matters, but I only have one in front of me. The one I have in front of me relates to a charge of misdemeanor assault. Just to remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Let me just double check one more thing here. All right, Ms. Claus, I'm not sure where the disconnect is, but on the misdemeanor matter I have for you, out of the justice court that I just referenced, I'm going to set a hearing for you on August 18th at 10:30 in the morning, and I'm going to release you on promise that you'll appear at that hearing and that you won't have any contact with any of alleged victims in this case. Can you promise me that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you'll be released later this evening, please make sure and show up for your hearing on the 18th in front of Judge Foster, or otherwise a warrant could issue for your arrest.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You're excused.
They release. The release lady, it just depends on how the process it. Thank you.
Martinez Brown, Martinez Brown. I believe so. Just hold on to that one, I guess.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
Sharp John and McFord Brandon are going to be continued.
Thank you very much.
What up, Judge?
Good evening.
Big dog. Big dog.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, my full name is Rockley Martinez Brown, 110-1998.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
This evening on a misdemeanor warrant out of the Pima County Justice Court. And this was issued by Judge Robert Foreman on July 10th, related to charges of criminal damage. I'm sorry, misdemeanor domestic violence criminal damage and misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct. And those charges stem from March of this year. I believe you're also being held on a separate matter, a separate felony matter out of the Justice Court. That is not in front of me here this evening. So what I'm going to do, sir, given the fact that you're being held on a separate matter, I'm also going to hold you on this one so that you can receive time credit if that's appropriate in your case. I'll honor the bond amount of $500, and I'm going to set a hearing for you tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Cornejo, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. That'll be Ms. Caitlin Waters, and her phone number will be in the documents you'll receive from this hearing. So, if you do post the bond, you need to show up at that hearing tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest. Otherwise, you'll be seen tomorrow in front of Judge Cornejo, and hopefully you'll have your case disposed of at that time. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused. This is McCord. Here's the file from McCord. Who's next? Mr. Bird. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth? I think we're muted. Thank you.
Brian Machado, 2000, June 8, 2003.
1 second. File. Tompkins. Wells. So you say your last name is Machado?
Yeah.
Jail, can you please confirm the gentleman? Jail, can you please confirm the gentleman's last name or the?
Your Honor, we had a little bit of a mix-up. We're getting the correct one.
All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Antonio Bird.
And your date of birth?
1987.
All right, thank you, sir. Being seen here this evening based on several matters. The first is a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Victoria Steele at the Pima County Justice Court. This relates to charges of criminal damage, disorderly conduct, possession of drug paraphernalia, and criminal trespass in the third degree, stemming from January 1st, 24. And second matter is a new case as well as several warrants that were issued in the Tucson City Court. New charges relate to reckless birding and possession of drug paraphernalia.
It was very dishonest.
And the other charges relate to shoplifting, criminal trespass, theft, and failing to appear. I just remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court based on circumstances or obtained by you at your own expense. On the felony, or I'm sorry, on the justice court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 30th at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Charlene Pesquera. I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. Still there?
Yeah. Understood.
And on the city court matters, the fact that there's so many of them, somewhat concerning. So I'm gonna impose the bonds, or at least one of them, of $291 cash, and set your case for a video review hearing in front of Judge Verena. And that'll be on July 29th at 1:45 p.m. I'm also going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. All right, so Mr. Byrd, you're not going to be released this evening unless you're able to post a bond I've imposed. If you do post the bond, then I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims, that you not go back to any incident locations referenced in these cases, or to where any of the victims may work or live. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, or commit any acts of domestic violence. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused. Just double check, make sure. I think they're the entries. Oh, yeah, thank you.
Crawford. Bird. Go ahead and have a seat down there again. Crawford. Absolutely.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Christopher Michael Crawford, 10/26/1992.
Mr. Crawford, good evening. You're being seen here on a charge of domestic violence assault, alleged to have been committed earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Mhm.
All right, doesn't look like there's anything else holding you. Looks like pretrial services was able to contact the alleged victim, who doesn't object to your release. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, sir. I'm going to set an arraignment hearing for you in front of Judge Charlene Pesquera on July 30th at 10:30 in the morning. Can you attend that hearing, sir?
Yes, sir.
And if I let you out, can you also promise that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs, that you will not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you will not visit the victim where they work or live?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Or judge.
Given the input from the victim, I'm not going to order no contact with them, but I will remind you that any contact you have with the alleged victim, it's gonna have to be verbal over the phone or by text. Has to remain peaceful, it has to remain lawful, and they can change their mind at any time and ask that you not have any further contact. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Will I have the appointed contact via email or paper?
Sorry?
Will I have a copy of the appointment judge via copy or email?
Yes, you'll receive a copy of the paperwork with the date and time of your hearing, as well as the address where it'll occur. It's going to be in front of Judge Charlene Pisquera on July 30th at 10:30, but you will receive a copy. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brittany,
Your Honor, this is.
All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brittany Mahalka, 41084.
Time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here
mm,
on a charge of domestic violence interfering with judicial proceeding.
Resume completed successfully.
To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing Mr. Douglas Taylor to represent you. His contact information will be in the copy of the paperwork you received from this hearing today. I believe we're waiting for. Okay. Just bear with 1 second. We're trying to get a hold of the alleged victim who wanted to be heard on this matter.
Okay. Did you want to speak to the judge?
Is this Mr. Jesse is it Mahalka? All right, good morning, good evening, sir. My name is Justin Dia. I'm conducting initial appearances this evening. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not the defendant, Miss Brittany Mahalka, will be released, and if so, under what conditions. So if you have anything you'd like to, this is not the time that we're going to be talking about guilt or innocence or trials or anything like that. This is merely to determine whether or not she will be released and the conditions of any such release. So if you have anything you'd like me to know about that or any wishes you'd like to express, please feel free to do so at this time. All right, sir. Anything else you'd like me to know? All right, sir. All right, sir. Thank you very much. All right, and I just will know for the record that Smahalka, does appear you are already on probation in the Pima County Justice Court for the same charge, domestic violence interfering with judicial proceeding, and that you also appear to be on felony probation in the Pima County Superior Court for criminal trespass in the first degree and a separate charge, though there aren't any holds pending for you. So, ma'am, I'm going to impose a bond of $1,000.
Oh,
And
but not my child.
hang on, I'm gonna impose a bond of $1,000 cash and order that you be seen by Judge Erica Cornejo tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. So you're going to remain in custody unless you're able to post that bond. If you do post that bond, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or reside. I imagine that adult probation may take some action, but for now, what's going to be keeping you in custody is that bond. So if you do post it, please make sure and contact your attorney, Mr. Douglas Taylor, as soon as possible, and abide by these conditions. Otherwise, you could end up right back in custody. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. And that's all I have for you, ma'am. You're excused. And Charlotte, if you haven't already, you can go ahead and disconnect.
Thompson.
Excuse me. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Sarah Ann Thompson, 8/11/1978.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson. It's time to set up your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Charlene Pesquera at the Pima County Justice Court. And this warrant is in the amount of $1,999.99 and relates to charges of domestic violence assault and possession of drug paraphernalia from September of 2024. To remind you, do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint Mr. Adam Waters to represent you. His contact information is going to be on the paperwork you're going to receive from this hearing. In regard to this, I'm going to honor Judge Pesquera's request and impose the bond as $1,900.99. I'm sorry, $1,999.99 cash or secured. And I'm going to set your case for another hearing tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. And that'll be in front of Judge Cornejo. Again, do you want to remind you of the right to remain silent? Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to attend all hearings in this matter and to be presumed innocent. Even at a trial where the burden of proving you guilty is beyond, the burden is on the state, and that is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearings, more charges could be coming your way, and those hearings could go forward in your absence, including a trial. And if you're convicted at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days, you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then that's all I have for you. Please make sure and reach out to your attorney, and you'll be seen tomorrow afternoon in front of Judge Cornejo. Thank you. You're excused.
Luis.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Luis Enrique Ariano Jr. and September 24th of 1997.
All right. Thanks, sir. Time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here tonight based on a charge of disorderly, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, allegedly committed earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Okay.
Just take a look at one thing. Okay. Just taking a look at some information pretrial services gave to me in regard to your case. All right. Unfortunately, pretrial services couldn't reach the alleged victim in this case to get their input. Do you reside with the alleged victim?
Yes, I do.
All right. So I don't have any indication from them what their intention is, so I have to err on the side of caution. I'm going to set a hearing for you, sir, on August 26th. At 1:30 in the afternoon in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court. And I'll release you on promise that you will appear at that hearing and that you will promise that you won't possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you will not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you will not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim. Can you promise all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also going to order that you not return to the victim's residence. Again, this is as a precaution, seeing as how I don't have any input from them. Since you do reside there, I will allow you to return one time to the residence to gather any personal belongings. The way you'll do that is by calling law enforcement. You can call 311, the non-emergency line, and arrange for deputies or police officers to be present with you at the residence while you gather your things and then leave with them. You're not allowed to go to the residence otherwise. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you need assistance with alternate housing, the jail can point you towards resources upon your release. But for now, please make sure and attend your hearing on the 26th. Abide by all these conditions. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're excused.
Well,
Good evening. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Roger Robert Wells, 10/26/1985.
Mr. Wells. Dean, this time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening on charges of disorderly conduct and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. Let me just make sure that's all we got you here on. Yeah. Remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney that may be appointed to you by the court or obtained at your own expense. On these matters, you are presumed innocent, and I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and set a hearing for you in front of Judge Sarah Mayhew at the Tucson City Court on August 22nd at 2:30 in the afternoon. And I will release you on promise that you will appear at that hearing and that you will agree not to have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to the incident location. Can you promise that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Then I'll release you on that promise. I'll set that hearing. Remind you do have a right and also a responsibility to attend all hearings in their case. If you do not attend hearings, to include a trial, they may go forward without you, and you may lose the ability to defend yourself at trial. And if you're convicted and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days of being found guilty, then you may lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand that, sir?
I do, sir.
All right. Then you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend your hearings. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Thank you.
Witness. Witness.
Your Honor, Tompkins Siobhan is refusing.
Okay. Thank you.
And then this is Mendez Raul, which needs a Spanish interpreter.
Yes, and I believe we have the Spanish interpreter on, correct?
Yes, good evening, Your Honor, Spanish interpreter.
Thank you. All right. Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Buenas noches, señor. ¿Me puede dar su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento?
Enrique Méndez González, 19 de agosto del 2002.
Raúl Enrique Méndez González, August 19th, 2002.
Good evening, sir. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on 2 different cases.
Buenas noches, señor. ¿Está usted aquí para su comparecencia inicial? ¿Está usted por 2 casos diferentes?
The first case involves charges of domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence assault, and domestic violence disorderly conduct.
Primeramente, le han hecho el cargo de violencia doméstica, daños ilegales, violencia doméstica, agresión y violencia doméstica, daños ilegales.
The second case involves charges of disorderly conduct and criminal damage.
El segundo es por conducta escandalosa y daños ilegales.
Remind you do have a right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Le recuerdo su derecho a permanecer en silencio y cualquier cosa que usted diga pudiera ser usado en su contra.
You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
También tiene usted el derecho a tener un abogado y le voy a nombrar un abogado de oficio de la Oficina de Abogados de Oficio del Condado.
The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with them before saying anything out loud.
La abogada enseguida de usted lo va a representar para esta audiencia. Si tiene cualquier duda o pregunta, por favor, pregúntale antes de proceder.
I've reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report.
He repasado la queja inicial junto con el informe de los servicios precondenatorios.
Do note that Mr. Mendez has a detainer from the Bureau of Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Veo que tiene una detención del Buró de Inmigración del Gobierno Federal de Aduanas
And that the victims could not be reached to comment on conditions of release.
y las víctimas no fueron las víctimas no las pudieron contactar para que tuvieran algún comentario sobre su liberación.
County Attorney's Office recommends bond of $10,000 and pretrial services supervision.
La Fiscalía del Condado está pidiendo una fianza de $10,000 y supervisión bajo los servicios precondenatorios.
Anything to add from the state?
¿Algo más por parte del Estado?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Su Señoría, gracias.
In defense?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm asking for a bond of $5,000 for Mr. Mendez Gonzalez.
Por parte de la defensa, Su Señoría, pedimos una fianza de $5,000 para el señor Méndez González.
He lives here in Tucson. He has no criminal history or failures to appear. He's quite young, and he has ranked as a 1 on the failure to appear scale.
Vive aquí en Tucson, no tiene faltas de comparecencia ni historial, es joven y en el nivel calificado por los servicios precondenatorios es el nivel 1.
For those reasons,
I'm sorry, counsel. El nivel 1 de no comparecer.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No
For
worries.
those reasons, I ask for $5,000, Your Honor.
Y por esas razones, Su Señoría, pido los $5,000.
Thank you. I am going to impose a bond of $5,000 cash or secured.
Voy a imponer una fianza de $5,000 en efectivo o respaldada
And set a preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
y pondré una audiencia preliminar el día 30 de julio a la 1 de la tarde.
If bond is posted, I will order Mr. Mendez be under the supervision of pretrial services.
Si se deposita la fianza, ordenaré la supervisión de los servicios precondenatorios del señor Enrique. And Your Honor, did you say 1 o'clock or 2? Apologize.
1:30 p.m.
Okay, a la 1:30 de la tarde.
I'm also going to order that Mr. Mendez not commit any acts of domestic violence, possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, or possess any firearms or weapons.
Voy a ordenar que el señor Méndez no vaya a consumir nada de drogas, nada de alcohol, ni drogas ilegales, nada de armas.
I'm also going to order that he not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims, to include
Y
going
voy
to
a,
where they work or live.
voy a incluir que no tenga contacto con las personas involucradas y que no vaya al lugar de trabajo de ellos ni el lugar de vivienda.
I will order that he may be allowed to return to the residence one time with a police escort to gather any personal belongings if he chooses to.
Le voy a permitir que regrese en una ocasión escoltado por la policía si desea usted regresar por alguna pertenencia personal.
And on the misdemeanor matter, I'm also going to impose a bond of $250
Y por el caso del delito menor voy a imponer una fianza de $250
and set a pretrial hearing on July 21st at 1 p.m.
y pondré una audiencia previa al juicio el día 21 de julio a la 1 de la tarde.
I'm also going to appoint Mr. Mendez an attorney in that case, who will be Mr. Douglas Taylor.
También le voy a nombrar un abogado al señor Méndez, que será el señor Douglas Taylor.
And Mr. Mendez, I am going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf in that case.
Señor Méndez, voy a presentar declaración de no culpable en su caso.
Further advise you that if you do not attend any hearing in that case, they may proceed in your absence.
Le puedo decir también que si no comparece usted en esa audiencia, podrán proceder en su ausencia,
Including the trial,
incluyendo el juicio,
where you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state.
donde es presunto inocente usted y el peso de la prueba la tiene el Estado.
However, if you fail to appear and are convicted, you may lose the ability to present a defense in your case.
Sin embargo, si no se presenta y es condenado, usted no podrá presentar una defensa en su caso.
And you may lose the right to appeal your conviction if you're not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence.
Y si dado su ausencia por 90 días, puede perder su derecho de apelar.
That's all I have, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Es todo por hoy, señor. Muchas gracias. Need to be excused, Your Honor.
I had already pre-filled that. I'm gonna amend those for Tompkins. Should continue to tomorrow. All right. And
Christian Hirwa Swahili interpreter, Your Honor.
okay, thank you very much. All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Unaweza ukatuambia majina yako na tarehe na mwezi na siku ya kuzaliwa?
Tarehe ya kuzaliwa
Na majina yako.
majina iko hapa kuna kuike kwa papia.
My names are here.
Uvamabo Mayuga.
Uvamabo Mainga.
Mayuga.
Mayuga.
Yeah, Mayuga.
And so can you please tell me your date of birth?
Tarehe, mwezi na mwaka wa kuzaliwa.
Tarehe ziko hapa. June. June. Nizaliwa June.
I was born in June.
Yeah, June. Actually,
You can speak to the judge. Yeah, and the interpreter will translate for you.
nikoona mnanisaidia siwezi kusoma.
Sema mwaka na mwezi na tarehe ya kuzaliwa.
Tarehe ya kuzaliwa siwezi elewa, lakini niko na papia hapa yenye inaandikwa kwa majina tarehe za kuzaliwa.
I don't know my date of birth, but it's written here on the paper.
Judge, on the paper here it says January 1st, 1989.
Okay. And just for context, is that a piece of paper that was given to him by the jail, or what is it you're getting that from?
Yes, Judge. It's his personal property receipt from the jail, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Sisi alikuwa nauliza hii tarehe yako ya kuzaliwa imetokea wapi? Amesema ni ya kwamba ni ya karatasi iliyoandikwa ama iliyoingia nayo hapa ndani ya jela.
Ya kuandikwa
Sir,
miaka yangu inaandikiwa hapa, tarehe ya kuzaliwa iko kwa hii papia.
Yes, my date of birth is written on the paper I have here.
Thank you. Sir, you're being seen here this evening based on charges of domestic violence, assault, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct.
Uko hapa kwa mashtaka ya vurugo la nyumbani, na ikiwa umeharibu mali ya watu, na ikiwa umepia leta ama anzisha ugomvi.
You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you.
Kuharibisha mali gani?
Na haki ya kukaa kimya, kila kitu utakachosema kitatumika kukushtaki. What property did I damage?
Rudia ndani, siko na sikia vizuri.
I don't understand this.
Well, charges were brought against you by the Tucson Police Department based on conduct that was reported to them and they observed earlier today. at approximately 10:29 a.m.
Unashtakiwa kwa sababu polisi ya Tucson iliambiwa ulikuwa unafanya uhalifu na wakakuja wakaona wao wenyewe, na ilikuwa ni leo asubuhi 4:29 leo.
Uhalifu gani?
What damage?
You're alleged to have damaged personal property of the victim, whose name is, I believe, Jeanette Natar Uzangana.
Aruzanaga is my wife.
Uliharibu mali ya anayeitwa Janet Ntaruzanaga. Yeah, she's my wife.
Yeah. And you are alleged to have committed several criminal offenses against her and others earlier today.
Pia kuna mashtaka mengine ulifanya leo dhidi ya huyu mtu na watu wengine.
The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not you should be released from custody or kept, and what conditions should apply to you if released.
Tuko hapa kwa ajili ya kugundua kwamba utaachiliwa ama kama utaachiliwa na utawekewa vikwazo gani.
Mimi sina shida yoyote, lakini niko naona wako nani kana vipi.
For me, I don't have any problem at all.
Ile shida niliongea na bibi yangu akisema nimuomba msamaha, akisema yeye alinisamehe.
I asked my wife forgiveness and she forgave me.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Well, don't have any input from your wife on this matter. So
hana chochote kutoka bibi yako.
If I release you from custody, sir, do you have somewhere besides your wife's home where you can stay?
Ukiachiliwa leo una sehemu ya kwenda kuishi isipokuwa kwa mke wako?
Kuishi ni kwa jirani.
I can stay with neighbors.
Lakini siwezi iwa tatizo ni nini kusema siwezi rudia watoto yangu.
But I don't understand why I can't go back to my children.
Because you're accused of crimes related to your family, and I have to try to ensure that they are going to be safe.
Ni kwa sababu unashtakiwa mashtaki ya kwamba ulifanyia makosa familia yako, na lazima familia yako ilindwe ili isifanyiwe mashtaka mengine.
So if I release you, I have to be sure that you are not going to have any contact with them and that you will have somewhere else to stay, because I'm not going to allow you to go back to their home.
Ili uweze kuachiliwa, lazima uhakikishie jiji ya kwamba hautarudi kwa familia yako na una sehemu nyingine ya kwenda. Kama huna sehemu nyingine ya kwenda, hawatakuruhusu urudi kwa familia yako.
If I release you, can you promise that you will not have any contact with your wife, and that you will not go back to the home where she resides?
Je, ukiachiliwa unasema ya kwamba ama unakubali ya kwamba hautaongea tena na mke wako na kwamba hutaenda mahali anapoishi?
Kwa sababu gani?
For what reasons?
Because I am ordering that as a condition of your release. Can you abide by that?
Kwa sababu ili uachiliwe unalazimishwa usirudie kwa mke wako na usiongee na yeye. Unaweza ukafuata hayo maagizo?
Mimi naweza yafanya.
Yes, I can do that.
Right, sir. Then I'm going to set a hearing for you on August 26th.
Unaenda kuwekelewa tarehe ya kuja mahakamani, itakuwa ni tarehe 26 mwezi wa 8
at 1:30 in the afternoon.
saa 7:30.
Hakuna shida.
No problem.
You're going to be
Unaweza
Wendy Miller,
unaweza
Tucson City Court in downtown Tucson.
Itakuwa ni katika mahakama ya Tucson City, itakuwa ni huko downtown.
kwa downtown.
Downtown?
Yes, in downtown Tucson.
Yeah.
Ndio itakuwa ni hapo.
Takuwa mie pekee, takuwa na bibi.
Is it going to be just myself or my wife is going to be there?
She can have a right to attend the court hearing or not. It's her choice, but you have to attend on August 26th.
Wewe ni lazima ufike hii tarehe ya 26 mwezi wa 8. Bibi yako yeye ni haki yake, akiamua anaweza kukuja, akiamua hata kuja. Yeye sio lazima kuja.
Hakuna shida.
No problem.
Nitaka mniandikie tarehe tu. Mimi napenda sahau. Tu nisiende sahau.
Can you write down the date so I don't forget?
You'll receive a copy of the paperwork from this hearing with the date and time of your...
Utapewa karatasi ya maamuzi ya leo, na hiyo karatasi pia itakuwa na tarehe yako ya kurudi mahakamani na saa ya kufika mahakamani.
Asante, hakuna shida.
Thank you, no problem.
I'm going to order that you not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs.
Umelazimishwa ya kwamba usitumie pombe, kilevi chochote au dawa ya kulevya.
I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence.
Pia umekatazwa kufanya kosa lingine la vurugo la nyumbani.
Nakataza.
I'm also going to order that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and that you surrender any firearms you may have to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released.
Pia hauruhusiwi kumiliki silaha au bunduki, na ukiwa na silaha yoyote lazima upeleke kwa maafisa wa usalama ndani ya masaa 48.
Siko naelewa nini uko nasema.
I don't understand what you're saying.
If you have any firearms, any guns in your possession, or any weapons, you need to turn those over to the Tucson Police Department within 2 days of being released. Do you understand that?
Ikiwa unamiliki bunduki, lazima upeleke hizo bunduki kwa polisi ya Tucson ndani ya masaa 48 au masaa 48.
Mbona siko na
I don't have any weapons.
Good. Then I'm going to order that you also not possess any firearms or weapons during this case until told otherwise by the judge overseeing it.
Na wakati kesi inaenda, kabla haijaisha, hautaruhusiwa kumiliki bunduki.
And as I mentioned before, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims.
Kama ilivyoamuriwa hapa mapema, hauruhusiwi kuongea na yule uliofanyia makosa. Hakuna mazungumzo au kuonana kwa aina yoyote.
Including going to where they live.
Kama naomba msamaha mwezi kama nakupigia haiko mzuri.
Even if she forgave me, we can't have contact.
Not right now, sir.
Hapana, hata akikusamehea hauruhusiwi kuonana na yeye wala kuongea na yeye.
You understand that?
Unaelewa? Unasikia?
No problem.
No problem.
I'm also going to order that you not return to where the victim resides, but I will allow you to
Pia
spend time with a police escort to gather any personal belongings you may have.
Pia hauruhusiwi kurudi mahali mke wako anaishi, isipokuwa tu mara moja ukienda ukiwa na maafisa wa usalama ama wa polisi, ukienda kuchukua vitu vyako, hiyo mara moja kama anakusindikiza. Isipokuwa hilo hauruhusiwi kwenda kwake.
So if you need to get anything from the victim's home, you need to call police and have them be present with you while you gather your things, and then you need to leave with them. You're not allowed to go to the victim's home otherwise. Do you understand?
Kama kuna vitu nahitaji kwenda kuchukua kwa nyumba, lazima uende ukiwa na maafisa wa usalama, uchukue vitu uondoke. Isipokuwa hilo hauruhusiwi kurudi kwake. Unaelewa hilo?
Naelewa kuna shida.
Yes, I do understand. No problem.
All right, sir. Then that's all I have for you. You're excused. Thank you.
Ndiyo haya kwa leo, umemaliziwa kwa sasa. May the interpreter be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your assistance. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
June 30, 1978.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Eddie Archuleta.
Thank
My
you.
date of birth, 1978.
Thank you, sir. You're being seen here this evening on two different matters. The first relates to charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, alleged to have occurred earlier today. And the second involves a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Erica Cornejo at the Pima County Justice Court related to a charge of DUI and failing to appear. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on the felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be representing you for purposes of this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Taking a look at the pretrial services report as well as the state's recommendation. State's recommending pretrial services release and steps court evaluation. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
And defense, I am inclined to agree with the state, but obviously I want to give you a chance to talk with the client about steps court if he's interested in participating.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Archuleta before court. He is interested in a steps hearing, and if you're releasing him to pretrial services, we will waive 45 days for the preliminary hearing.
Thank you. So, Mr. Archuleta, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. I'm going to order that you participate in any monitoring or treatment that they direct. So if they tell you to do something, you need to do it immediately. I'm
Okay.
also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to set 2 hearings for you. The first will be a steps court evaluation. Your attorney already spoke with you about that. That hearing will be on July 29th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court in downtown Tucson. The second hearing will be just a placeholder in case that first hearing doesn't go forward, and that'll be September 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. That'll be a preliminary hearing at the Pima County Justice Court.
Okay.
On your warrant, I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 30th at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be at the Pima County Justice Court. You're going to be seeing Judge Carlene Pesquera. And again, that's July 30th at 8:30 in the morning. And I'll release you on promise that you'll appear at that hearing. Can you promise you'll be there, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Then you'll be released on that matter. Please make sure and contact pretrial services as soon as you are released, as well as your attorneys, and stay in touch with them so you're up to date on the next steps in your case. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Excused.
Patrick,
Yes.
come over here, sir.
Yes.
Because he's already signed to a judgment for the judge, so you just have to pay, like, if you're release condition, whatever you're. So if he's released.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Patrick Aaron Castes, 9/4, September 4th, 1988.
Thanks, sir. Being seen here this evening on a couple of different matters. The first is a felony complaint of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the second are some city court cases involving charges of criminal trespass, possession of drug paraphernalia, drug, and some new charges from earlier today involving criminal trespass in the 3rd degree and possession of drug paraphernalia. Remind you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed to the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on your felony matter. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Pretrial services didn't have anything to note other than the cases I just mentioned. Mr. Saris was rated a 6 out of 6, but was also steps eligible. County attorney's recommendation is pretrial services release and a steps court evaluation. Anything to add from the state? Thank you. And defense, I'm inclined to again to agree. But if you'd like the chance to talk with your client, please feel free to do so.
Your Honor, I spoke with him before court. He is interested in going forward with the steps hearing. If Your Honor is going to release to pretrial services, we will waive the preliminary hearing date 45 days.
Thank you. So, Mr. Saris, on your felony case, I'm going to release you to pretrial services and set a hearing for you on July 29th, 2025 at 9 a.m. That'll be for your steps court evaluation. I'll also schedule a preliminary hearing as a placeholder just in case that one doesn't end successfully. That hearing will be September 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. On your city court matters, I'm going to set a hearing for you on August 25th at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Millian. I'm in order that you not have any contact with any alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. Also, in order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'll release you on promise that you will appear at that hearing on August 25th and abide by all those conditions. Can you promise that, sir?
6 times.
No.
Yes.
Okay. All right, sir. And that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused. Sorry. Good evening. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Monica Michelle Huerta, 11/6/96.
Here, 1 second. All right, Ms. Huerta, we continued you from this morning. Just to remind you again, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. We'll note for the record that PO confirmed alternate name, alternate names for the defendant as Veronica Michelle Huerta and Marissa M. Huerta. Two different dates of birth were given, 11/6/96, and also confirmed by fingerprint of 12/10/95. Appears to be the same defendant. Huerta, you have several cases. The first we're going to be dealing with is felony possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated next to you is going to be representing you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Taking a look at the pretrial services report as well as the state's recommendation. State's recommendation is, there's no other holds or statuses for Ms. Huerta. It was rated a 5 and a 6 on the NCAA-FTA scales. The state's recommendation is pretrial services release and steps toward evaluation. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. And defense, I am inclined to agree. If you'd like a minute to talk with the client, please feel free to do so.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did not get a chance to talk with Ms. Huerta, so I'll take just a minute. Thank you.
Sure.
Your Honor, Ms. Huerta is interested in being evaluated for steps. If Your Honor is inclined to release to pretrial services, I will waive 45 days on the preliminary hearing.
All right. Then I'll set a steps hearing. Sorry, we'll release Ms. Huerta to pretrial services and set a steps hearing for July 29th at 9 a.m. I'm also going to set preliminary hearing for September 3rd at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to order Ms. Huerta submit to any supervision or monitoring as directed by pretrial services, and they should not possess and consume or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. On the other two matters, I'm likewise going to release Ms. Huerta and set hearings for her on July 30th at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Pesquera at the Pima County Justice Court. Same conditions will apply. Do not drive without a valid license. Do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. All right. That's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you. You're excused.
And then you get one paper check. You'll be good. I don't know how long it'll be in the process. Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
I'm Taylor Page Metro. It's 1/23/2001.
All right, Ms. Metro. Good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a felony complaint of theft of means of transportation, possession of narcotic drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia. These allegedly occurred earlier today. Reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with them first. Taking a look at the pretrial services report, doesn't note any other holds for Ms. Metro. She was a 1 and 2 on the NCFDA scales, and the county attorney's office recommendation was for pretrial services release. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. In defense, I am inclined to agree with the state. Again, anything you'd like me to, or any other argument you'd like to make?
No, Judge, I agree that pretrial services is appropriate here.
Thank you. Ms. Metro, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct for you. So basically, if they tell you that you need to do something, you need to do it as soon as they tell you. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for your case on August 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That hearing will be downtown at the Pima County Justice Court on North Stone. So, ma'am, you're going to be released later this evening. Please contact pretrial services as soon as possible, as well as your attorneys, and stay in touch with both so you can stay up to date on the status of your case, okay? And above all, please do not miss any hearings, otherwise a warrant could issue for your arrest. And that's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you. You're excused.
Morgan.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Daniel Ray Morgan Jr., 37-2005.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. This time step your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. All right. And pretrial services, I didn't note any other statuses or holds for Mr. Morgan. It was rated a 2 and a 1 respectively on the NCFTA scales. The alleged victim in the case did not object to the defendant's release or to further contact with him. And there was no felony or misdemeanor criminal history noted. County Attorney's Office recommendation is $10,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
In defense?
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask for release to pretrial services or a significant reduction in the bond amount requested by the state. I'll note that he has no prior convictions. He has friends or family in town, meaning he has significant community ties, and he is a lifelong resident. He does have employment as a construction worker off and on, but he does have employment in the community. So I would ask for release to pretrial services in this case, Judge.
I will impose a $2,500 bond, and that'll be cash or secured, and order that if Mr. Morgan is able to post it, that he be released to pretrial services supervision. And Mr. Morgan, I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and surrender any firearms or weapons you have in your possession to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released, okay? To note the alleged victims' expressions in the case. However, for safety's sake, I'm going to order that you not have any contact with them, to include going to where they work or live. Do you still have any personal belongings or effects at the victim's residence?
It is my residence, so yes, sir. He's somebody I allowed to pay rent.
Well, for now, sir, it's not going to be your residence. Those conditions, that condition may change, but for now, I'm going to order that you not return to the residence except with a police escort. So if you do want to gather any personal belongings from your residence or from the victim's residence, you need to call law enforcement. You can call 311, the non-emergency line, and arrange for them to be present with you at the residence while you gather your things, and then leave with them. You're not allowed to go back to the residence otherwise. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And with that, I'm gonna set a preliminary hearing for you on July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Brief. No, you're good.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good afternoon. James Reed Jr., 2/22/55, birthday.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening on a couple of different cases. The first is a felony complaint alleging 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 1
Never
count
happened.
of a dangerous drug.
Never happened.
Sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns or want to say anything, please talk with your attorney before saying anything out loud. Do you understand?
Hmm.
Do you understand, sir?
I understand.
Thank you.
I got you.
On the felony matter, take a look at the pretrial services report. There's no other holds or statuses pending for Mr. Reed. He was rated as a 6 and a 4 on the NCAA FDA scales. Unfortunately, appears Mr. Reed declined to participate in an interview with pretrial services. And
No, may I say something, Leon?
talk with your attorney first, okay? And references couldn't be verified. And just know one last thing. There was a single prior felony conviction from 1997. State's recommendation was $35,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything to add from the state?
Judge, I would just note I think that bond amount is appropriate given what appears to be the random actions here taken by Mr. Reed on a random victim that included a 10-year-old grandson here. While I acknowledge Mr. Reed doesn't have many prior felonies, I think the one prior he had was rather old. He is a 6 on the NCA scale. He has a new violent criminal activity flag, and just the nature of the interim complaint here concerns the state. It makes sense that methamphetamine was found on him. This appears to be actions of somebody who was highly under the influence and threatens the community. So for those reasons, we're asking for a $35,000.
Thank you.
Good, it's,
And since you'd like to take a moment to speak with your client, feel free to do so.
Thank you, Judge. My apologies, Judge. Thank you. I would ask for a significant reduction in the bond that the state is asking for. I do note he has no recent failures to appear. He indicates that he lives here in Tucson, has lived here for quite a while. He is currently unhoused. He's retired. He did construction work, truck driving. It seems like there was maybe a recent incident where he got hit with a rock, so he's maybe got some health issues going on. And for those reasons, Judge, I would ask for a significant reduction in the bond that the state is asking for.
Thank you. I will impose bond $10,000 cash secured and order Mr. Reed, if bond is posted, be under the supervision of pretrial services. And Mr. Reed, I'm going to order that if you do post the bond, that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that pretrial services directs. So if they tell you need you do so. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you surrender any firearms or weapons you have to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released, and that you not possess any firearms or weapons until told otherwise. And above all else, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims, include going to where they work or reside. And lastly, I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for you on July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon at the Pima County Justice Court in downtown Tucson. So, sir, and I'm sorry, the city court matter. This relates to a charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree.
Oh, good. Where'd it go?
Well, I'll tell you. And this relates to a charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree committed on or about May 9th of 2020. After which there was a warrant issued for your arrest for allegedly failing to appear at an arraignment on July 8th, 2020. So that's where it comes from. On that matter, sir, I'm going to set a hearing for you on September 26th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Hale at the Tucson City Court. I'm going to order that you not return to the incident location. And I'm also going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you in that case. So you're going to have attorneys representing you on both cases. You're not going to be released this evening unless you're able to post a bond. If you do post a bond, please make sure and reach out to pretrial services and your attorneys immediately and stay in touch with them so you're up to date on the status of your case. And that's all I have, sir. Thank you. You're excused. All right. And that appears to be everything. Thanks very much, everybody. You're excused. Have a nice evening. I'm gonna start changing the chair out of